These are tonight the police released their only suspect in the mass murder of film star Karen
down the stairs, kicked by several students until his face was unrecognizable. Calling his father terrible. Every evil thing imaginable. 98-year-old had 7 children break into his home and killed 3 of them before the rest ran off. One of his 2 kids, his stepdaughter, was 42 years younger and was only 4 years old when
a white hood, a meat fork stuck in his chest. His wife, 38-year-old Mrs. Lola Bianca, found in the bedroom dead, her back brutally cut by a whip. On the refrigerator door in the home, smeared in blood, were the words, "Death to pigs." This latest killing closely resembles the mass homicide this weekend of actress Sharon Tate and...
Of course, there is no real death in the resurrection of the body like in the Aeon of Osiris. See, for in the Aeon of Horus, the magician fakes his own death, like the sun. The moon really dies on the southern cross every cycle, but the sun fakes his death. Therefore, the true god calls a magician disappearing and disappears and reappears later, emerging victorious in the Sangha. Leads the order of the Jesters.
Sources suggest she may have been born in Mexico and spent time in an Arizona orphanage before being adopted by a California family around the age of 12. She married young and had children of her own before divorcing her first husband. In 1959 or 1960, she married Leno LaBianca, a grocery store owner in Los Angeles. They blended their families, creating a larger household. Mary seemed to possess entrepreneurial spirit. While information about her early work is limited, she co-founded a high-end clothing store alongside another woman, demonstrating business acumen and an interest in fashion.
In ancient Greece, a knight was called a hippie. The real knights in Satan's service were the Manson family. They lived on Spawn Ranch, the first spawn of the son of Satan.
And multifaceted, marked by both artistic accomplishments and personal controversies. Born in Paris in 1933 to Polish parents, he experienced childhood under the shadow of World War II. His family moved to Poland, where they faced persecution due to their Jewish heritage. His mother perished in the Auschwitz concentration camp, while he narrowly escaped and survived under harsh conditions. These experiences deeply affected him and became recurring themes in his later films. After the war, he studied film at the Polish National Film School and began his career making short films and documentaries. His early feature films, like Night in the Water, 1962, garnered critical acclaim and established his directorial vision. He achieved international recognition with films like Rosemary's Baby, 1968, Chinatown.
Roman Polanski, a Jew from the Holocaust, later turned a filmmaker. He had his wife get impregnated by Satan.
In the philosophy of the Aeon of Horus, there is no real death in the resurrection of the body like in the Aeon of Osiris. See, for in the Aeon of Horus, the magician fakes his own death, like the sun. The moon really
quickly fell in love and got married. The honeymoon was short-lived, and soon their marriage was riddled with wild rumors, ranging from infidelity to forced threesomes. Sharon was deeply in love with her husband, who was 9 years her senior, but also extremely intimidated by him. She had a taste for dominant men, and it seemed like Polanski fit the bill completely.
Has implanted a computer.
Nazis first stopped at Lenin's where they learned that all the males had been murdered. For several years, the women did not honor and make offerings to Aphrodite, and because Aphrodite she visited them with noises. Women from the neighboring country of Thrace embedded with them. Designed, all the Libyan women, except Hypsipyle, were instigated by the same goddess in conspiring to kill their fathers and husbands. They proposed King Thoas, who should have died alone with the whole trouble. She would have focused on board a ship which is storm carried to the island of Taurida.
Yeah, Satan's king, who was present at the time, to meet on his earth. And they took him over to Africa.
Going against the cops right here. You got kids that are going to steal, rob. They got the AR-15s, and there's no consequence.
Played it backwards and played it forwards. He was convinced that they were sending him a message that we, as a family, should go hide out until this war was over.
So we're collecting dune buggies, parachutes, canvas, knives, everything that we might need to go to the desert.
Tonight, the city of Los Angeles is uneasy.
Getting
Alerts on their phones, each alert more ominous, but just as vague. On their phones, each alert more ominous, but just as vague. Congress said there was a threat, but we couldn't tell how serious.
Attacking program is larger than that of every other major nation combined.
Time is right. China building
cut us off
cyber
from our water or electricity whenever they want, to take control of our phones or our personal data.
private companies that run these utilities are not prepared. In a recent op-ed for The Hill, Charles Clancy, Chief Technology Officer at research and development company MITRE, writes, 100-foot tsunami is coming and we're rearranging sandbags on the ground. Should the time come, it would be massively disruptive for everyday Americans.
But just as vague. Congress said there was a threat.
Charlie was all over this White Album and helter-skelter. He played it backwards, he played it forwards. He was convinced that they were sending him a message that we, as a family, should go hide out until this war was over.
So we're collecting dune buggies, parachutes, canvas, knives, everything that we might need to go to the desert.
Tonight, the city of Los Angeles is uneasy.
Actress Sharon Tate and her 4 friends were murdered here in a rented home near Bed.
In their specific rituals and crucial timings. These events were carried out with the intention of bringing forth Aleister Crowley's Moonchild, the Antichrist and son of Satan. This eerie connection between two seemingly unrelated events adds a chilling layer to their already disturbing histories.
Placed over the heads of both victims. With daylight, police searched the premises. They found no evidence of robbery, no suggestion of motive. A baffling crime and bizarre. The bizarre circumstances of those 2 murders last night were strikingly similar to the 5 murders at the home in Bel Air a few miles away 2 days before.